Pokemon Sun and Moon new update video. So we got quite a bit of information, and some of which I have been waiting for a long time now. And so that is the evolutions of the starters. But before we go talk about them, I do want to say that here you can see them, and we also see Ash Greninja, so we did get quite a bit of news today. But we're going to start out with some of the better news of the day. Well, not better, it's equally as good, and that is that Mega Evolution is going to be returning in Sun and Moon, which is something that we all thought after hearing about Z-moves would not happen. So the reason for this is because that your Z-Ring can also act as a Mega Bracelet, which is pretty cool. So far they haven't announced any new Megas. Hint, my videos from a year ago, I have a lot of Mega videos on which Pokemon should get Megas. Nintendo, hit me up if you have any ideas, or if you need ideas, please. But anyways, you know, so far when we saw that we're gonna get Megas from the old ones, like all the older Megas, so that's gonna be pretty cool. I mean, Mega Evolutions are returning. There's really not too much to say about that, but I'm guessing this, well, not guessing, but it does mean that you can't have a Mega and a Z move. You have to pick one. So that is something that's going to be pretty interesting, and it'll be in special shops and places and whatever, similar to how we got them in all the other games. And here, you know, you have Dexio and Sycamore's assistants. Then you have the information of the demo, which we have been waiting for a while. So the demo today is the 4th, October 4th, and so the demo is going to be released in 14 days on October 18th, and also, just to put it out there, the next piece of information is going to be October 18th, but what happens is, if you play the demo, you can get Ash's Greninja, the Ash Greninja, which is a Greninja where you sync with it in such a way that you'll get to bond with it and it can change its appearance. Something with Ash involved in the anime, but if you do play the demo, it'll be similar to the Mega Glalie in the ORAS demo. You can transfer it over to your game, which is pretty cool. We don't know like what else is in the demo. I mean, they haven't really told us yet, so I mean, that'll be something. And yeah, that's really it for that. Then they announced these two new features called the Festival Plaza and some islands, but it's just like a ton of new event stuff. So I mean, in Pokemon Sun and Moon, communication features such as battling and trading are all gathered together in Festival Plaza. This is a place where the festivals never stop. Festivities, sorry. As Pokemon trainers from around the world meet and mingle. As you progress through your adventure, you'll become able to use Festival Plaza, where you can welcome other people and take requests to keep things hopping. Talk to your visitors to liven things up. So, like, you can get quests here, which is pretty cool. Like, there are shops which you use, I believe, festival points is what they're calling them. At least I think it's called festival points. I know it's not battle points anymore. But, yeah, you could, like, battle with players here, trade. So that's pretty cool. And you can do all different stuff. Like, you can dye, colors. And, by talking to people and listening to their requests, you can receive festival coins. That's what they're calling it. FC is the abbreviation, which you can spend in Festival Plaza. There are all kinds of cool stores in Festival Plaza, such as goodie shops where you can get deals on items, bouncy houses for Pokemon to train in, and dye houses where you can dye your clothes new colors. And so your plaza can increase in rank depending on such. You can get missions, which is pretty cool, and it's like, I guess it'll be a pretty good after game thing. Maybe that's what they're working on, because XY after game, if you didn't know, was pretty bad. But you know, at least they're thinking pretty good ideas. I've got to say, it's a pretty cool idea. And then you have Pokemon Pelago, a paradise for Pokemon in PC boxes, which is something very, very weird. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, there's a feature known as Poke Pelago, which Pokemon that have been placed in boxes can enjoy. Poke Pelago consists of a variety of aisles where Pokemon can go exploring, play on athletic equipment, and enjoy other fun activities. If you send many Pokemon to Poke Pelago, you can develop the facilities on your aisles, and develop new kinds of aisles as well. As these aisles are developed and increase in number, you'll be able to do things like obtain items or raise your Pokemon. And sometimes you'll also get like wild Pokemon visiting your islands, which is really weird. And there's different islands. So one of the islands is called Isle Abenes, which you can visit from the start. and may sometimes choose to join. Pokemon can visit your island, and sometimes they'll choose to join your party, which is really, really weird. A Pokemon that displays a heart icon in the bubble above its head has taken a liking to you. So, like, you can see picky packs and such. That's really what it is. And then I think this is also to help, like, similar to the bases that we had. So in Isle Afun, which you can use once you develop it, you will be able to obtain valuable items like the stones, like we had similar in Pokemon Oras when we had the not the gyms but the bases. So again, here are what the starters looked like. This is of course Rufflet's evolution, Witten's evolution, and Popplio's evolution. So I want to show you what the supposed leaks were. These were the supposed leaks for the starters, and I can pretty sure you can tell that it's nothing like it. Like here, let's just look alone at Rufflet. Rufflet's evolution just looks completely different. And I've got to say, I like the confirmed one, the one that we're actually getting way better, because it is way better. I really don't like these evolutions that were supposedly confirmed, or they were the Chinese leaks or something. I really didn't like these at all. I mean, like, Litten's is the only viable one that somewhat looked possible. I really didn't like Popplio's and Rufflet's, to be honest. But I do like Rufflet's new evolution, and here, Popplio's evolution, much, much better. And for Litten, oh my gosh, Litten has way better, even though this was the best one that I liked. It is so much better. So that's just something to show you guys. So, the page is loading. So, we have Dartrix, the Blade Quill Pokemon, Grass and Flying type. So this is Rufflet's evolution. And geez, it looks cool. So for starters, I love its hair. It carries on the bow tie, and it looks so fancy. Very, very fancy. And while he usually keeps his eyes closed in the trailer, which of course, like in the description below, he opens his eyes like once or twice, and it just looks so weird. I prefer him with his eyes closed, but he does look pretty cool, and I gotta say, I really do like Rufflet's evolution line. Dartrix is extremely sensitive to the presence in the areas and can detect opponents behind it, throw feathers to strike them without even seeing them. This Pokemon conceals sharp bladed feathers inside its wings, showing astounding precision as it sends them flying in attack, and it goes beyond propelling its blade quills in simple straight lines. It can even bend those feathers to change their trajectories. Revealing a certain snobbiness in its personality, Dartrix cares a great deal about its appearance, grooming its feathers in every spare moment. In truth, it's also a bit of a bird brain, with a tendency to bungle things up. Once it makes a mistake, it sometimes gets into a desperate struggle to gloss over the situation and end up making a bigger mess than ever. So I really, really want this Pokemon because it looks so cool. At times, this Pokemon feels so bothered by its dirty or ruffled feathers that it can't focus on battle. When it loses its focus, it sometimes even retires from the battle on the spot. It's up to the trainer to help Dartrix overcome this troublesome stage. If this Pokemon is with a trainer who helps it through, its strength will grow hugely. And for any of you who know the final evolution Chinese leaks, which I'm hoping are confirmed, that would make a ton of sense because that looks so cool. Rufflet's final evolution just looks amazing. And geez, if that's what it evolves into, I will be so happy. But that's really it for Dartrix. Next, we have the Firecat Torracat, which also looks amazing. So as I mentioned with Rufflet's evolution, his hair looked awesome. Here, I like this bell that they added. So Torracat is the Firecat Pokemon, and it's a pure fire type. It didn't change its typing. None of these changed actually their typing yet. So hopefully their final evolutions will change. Torracat being a Fire Dark is my hope, and Litten's final evolution I hope is Fire Dark, and I hope that Popplio's final evolution is Water and Fairy. So that, as I mentioned all the way back when they were announced. The bell-like object attached at the base of Torracat's neck is a flame sac, an organ that can produce flames, which is amazingly cool. Torracat's emotions cause a rise in the organ's temperature, and when the organ spits flames, it rings with the high, clear sound of a bell. Torracat attacks using the flames emitted from this bell. Torracat's mane serves as an excellent sensory organ, and it can sense what's going on around it, even in the dark. It can also detect the presence of hidden enemies. Torracat has a great love for battle and will attack so relentlessly that its opponents lose the will to fight, and yet it sometimes behaves like a spoiled child in front of the trainers or Pokemon with whom it has built a relationship of trust. The cat punch that this Pokemon can dish out with its strong forelegs is extremely powerful. It can bend iron bars and knock out large men with a single blow. So it really does look like those Chinese leaks. I'm not going to show them just because I'd rather not. It does look like they're going to be true because of like the descriptions of all of these, and I really actually like this. It somewhat reminds me of Garfield the cat. I mean, skinnier and way cooler looking, but it somewhat reminds me, and I do really like how it looks like, especially with that flame sack. It looks really, really cool. And with Dartrix, I really love his hair. That just looks so cool though. And next we have the final starter, Brione, however you want to pronounce it. I'm going to call it Brione, known as the Pop Star Pokemon, and it's a pure water type, again, not changing its typing. And so it does have a more feminine appearance, which I've noticed a lot recently. Like, a lot of the Pokemon have had more feminine, the starters, like we've had Fennekin also had a very more feminine appearance, which I wonder if it's just trying to appeal to a larger audience, which, you know, it makes sense. And so I just think that they should change the gender ratio on some of the, like, starters. Like Chikorita should have its gender ratio swapped, and definitely Fennekin, because that's kind of weird. For anyone that knows their gender ratio, it's like 12.5% chance to get a female starter. That's pretty weird, especially since they really are more feminine. But anyways, Brione is known as a pop star Pokemon, so it does love to dance. Brione learns its dance by imitating the other members of its colony, sometimes even learns dances from humans. Which, I mean, if we're in Hawaii, makes sense. This Pokemon is a hard worker and pours itself into its efforts until it has memorized each dance. As it dances, Brione creates balloon after balloon. In battle, it first sends its opponent into disarray with its dancing, and then slaps its balloon into its target, causing the balloons to explode and deal damage. Special move, anyone? Brione can dance in perfect time with others, even if they have only just met. On moonlit nights, you can sometimes see throngs of Brione dancing as one, in perfect fluidity. So I'm guessing throngs is the, like, group name. And I wonder if, I noticed, like, there's a little, like, dance thing going on. Like, you've got Marowak with flames, so it's like spiritual, you know, fire for the dance. Well, in Marowak, we have Oricorio, which is like just completely dancing. That I wonder if there's like a reason for this. I mean, other than it's Hawaii. Brione always acts cheery and positive, even when it's feeling sad. This Pokemon doesn't allow its sorrow to show. It's said that Brione will only reveal a sad expression to a Pokemon or trainer to whom it has opened its heart completely. So that is really cool, and you know, it doesn't have like anything special when it comes to its appearance, other than like the pigtails, which I think is pretty interesting. It's different. It's really different. But I do think that these are much better than these. Like, to be honest here, I mean, that just looks like a circus. I mean, this one's viable, but like, I don't really like them. But yeah. And lastly, something I don't think I've actually ever talked about really since its release, and that's Ash Greninja. So it is a water and dark type, you know, because Greninja is, and it's known as the Ninja Pokemon, with the ability Battle Bond. So, there's like some history that they explain in the show. It's just weird, but it's supposed to look like Ash because, well, it's Ash's Greninja. Ash Greninja has powered up thanks to the strength of its bonds with Ash. This is the form Greninja takes when it has gained new power due to the miraculous occurrence known as the bond phenomenon. This can be brought on by the bonds between people and Pokemon. It seems that it is only known to have occurred once, several hundred years ago, during this like great ninja war or something. Ash Greninja's leg strength has been enhanced compared to an ordinary Greninja, making it difficult to see because of the speed at which it can move. It takes its enemies out in a flash. It becomes able to make giant water shurikens on its back and can throw them in rapid succession. And you can see that it's like, they're actually pretty cool shurikens. Greninja that can become Ash Greninja have an ability that no one has ever had before, Battle Bond. The Battle Bond ability triggers this Pokemon's form change to Ash Greninja after it causes an opponent's Pokemon to faint. that I did not know, and I'm guessing that's just something that they've done in the games. I know it's completely different in the show, like they can't even control it. When the battle ends, the Pokemon returns to its original Greninja form. This form is only for battles where it needs to break the limits. So that is interesting. I wonder if you can actually get like the Kala starters in the game now. Maybe that's something part of the after game. That's another reason why like Dexio and I can't remember the other one's name for some reason, but why Sycamore's assistants are there. They're gonna give you the starters similar to how we always had in the original games. So that's always something to think about. But yeah, I definitely think that that's really it for this information. So it was quite a bit, and I've got to say that the starters will look amazing. I'm hoping that soon we're going to get their final evolutions, or at least we'll get to see them in the demo. So make sure to download it when it does come out, and tell me which of these evolutions is your favorite. You've got Brion, Torracat, and Dartrix. So make sure to leave a like if you haven't already, and subscribe if you haven't already. But until then, see you guys all next time. Peace.